This is the living embodiment of the Xenomorph goddess. The Xenomorph goddess is known as the woman in the dark. She is what people see when they are unconscious from being face-hugged. When a facehugger attaches itself to a host, that host becomes a part of the facehugger. When the host is unconscious, it's like being in the upside down. Commander Officer Cruz described it as seeing a tidal wave of living nightmares exploding out of his chest, blanketing the universe. And at the center was her, unlike any other of the xenomorphs he had ever seen. Now again, before, she was just the stuff of nightmares. But in Alien Icarus Part 6, we see that she is about to be very real. You see, there was a character named Lee, and Lee was a human. She was a girl that was a part of a survivor group living on Tobler 9. Tobler 9 is a radiated wasteland that is infected with xenomorphs. It was once the crown jewel of Weyland-Yutani's crown, once a beautiful utopia civilization, grand cities and everything, but they were experimenting with alien organisms and xenomorphs. Long story short, the planet went to hell. But like I said, she was part of a small survivor group. Now, in this particular issue, she was caught by Eli, who was a synthezoid. She was caught by him going through his stuff. Eli doesn't like humans very much because they have screwed synthezoids over and they treat them like shit. During their minor confrontation, Eli noticed a small insect on her. This was a mutated insect that somehow got out of one of the cages it was in deep in a biolab under an industrial complex on this planet. At some point, the insect bit Lee. We didn't see it happen, but Lee got violently sick. I mean, she's coughing up black liquid. And then she had an overgrown mutated tongue come out of her, which like sliced off a woman's jaw. She was completely mutating. They were on board a ship heading back to the survival camp when this all started to happen. Because of Lee and her mutations, the ship crashed. She came out of the destruction and out of the fire, and her skin is like burnt off. Her eyes are completely blacked out, and she's just further mutating, and she's making the same noises as a xenomorph. All the destruction attracts the other xenomorphs that were already on that planet. They surround her, and they don't attack her. It's almost as if she's familiar to them. But they're not familiar to her. She gets scared. She makes the same noises at them, but we can see that she gets scared and she runs away from them. But they don't even chase after her. Eli admits to the rest of the synthezoids that he saw the alien insect that was on her, and it must have been carrying some sort of alien protein. The reason why he didn't say anything to anyone is because he doesn't like humans, and they tried to kill him, and so he was gonna let them destroy themselves instead. Lee went back to the compound where all the other survivals were, and she came with an army of xenomorphs, as if she was the queen and they were her drones. They came killing everyone. As the story went on, she mutated further and further, and it was actually her mutations and the pain that she was feeling from her mutations that's actually what saved our main protagonist's life. They were able to escape onto a ship because she was going down in pain from mutating. But during the epilogue of this story, we see her later in the hive, and her body has further mutated, and she's looking more and more like the goddess herself. Her whole body is completely black. She doesn't look exactly like she does in the dream sequences that people see when they're face hugged, but you can see that's what she's turning into. In Alien Bloodlines, which takes 17 years before the events of Aliens Icarus, Gabriel Cruz was seeing the xenomorph goddess in his nightmares whenever he went to sleep at night. He had to go to therapy because of it. Now, a synthezoid told him about the xenomorph goddess that he was seeing in his nightmare, and he's like, how do you know about that? Synthezoid tells him, we know a lot that you humans don't know. You don't even understand what she is. The synthezoid tells Gabriel that humans weren't the first organisms to leave their solar system. There have been so many others in this galaxy alone, and they're all gone now. And the reason why is because when organic species grow arrogant enough to travel the stars, they find it waiting. Prometheus cleansing fire. The fire that keeps the universe clean of parasites that are arrogant enough to leave their star system. And we see all the canisters of black goo. She says to him, first you try to harness the fire as a weapon, like all the ones before you have done. Next, you'll try to join with it. Use it to make yourselves better, stronger. That's what the Hive showed you in the Dark Cruise. The Xenomorph goddess is the future. She is inevitable, the end result of the deadly little thing you brought back inside you. The thing that'll eventually kill you all. This is the Xenomorph goddess. Now, like I said, in Alien Bloodlines, she was simply a nightmare. But now, she's about to be real. Dread it, run from it, destiny arrives all the same. I don't know what they're gonna do in the future with the Xenomorph goddess, but it's some shit that's gonna go down.